Yeah.
Let's see.
I think this is right on the edge of being too big for Discord.
Could be. I could play it on stream, but you guys would hear yourself.
DylanTrailer.mp4.
I'm gonna probably make it my channel trailer. Alright, music? I'm gonna trust that I can put on some Chocobo. And we're gonna keep it light.
I think the last part is honestly my favorite.
I should, let's see, you did upload it? Cool.
I almost choked on my fucking coffee.
ending with that is like
and
just...
I'm so sorry.
Not even fair. Not fair to anyone.
Dude, so my goal was, how do I sum up Dylan's channel in 30 seconds?
How do I get this, like...
Man, I'm worried that my mic is like too sensitive or something, because on my mixer it's showing that I'm like in the yellow a lot.
Mine shows that a lot.
Well,
yeah.
Sound is complicated. I'm gonna go to... it's gonna...
Yeah.
Camera's gonna see me for a minute, but that's fine. I'm gonna show this on stream quick.
Okay, 1 minute. I need to...
Like, being in the yellow isn't necessarily bad, though, right? Like...
Yeah,
No.
not necessarily. Oh, shit. It's gonna be over. I'll just hide my camera, because you guys need to see. Oh, that's wrong. Hide the monitor. There. That camera is the one you guys need to see.
I'm not a Nazi. Nice call.
Alright, we'll just pull it back.
I'm not a Nazi. Nice call. Yuji! Be cute in public any day. It's true. Which is why I bought a fake gun. As I was saying.
I kind of love it so much. This is gonna be too quiet on stream.
It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Click the link and follow him.
It's okay.
Do it now. Love
It's max volume.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my.
I cannot sleep.
Yep. Alright.
Dr. Bones.
Alright. Thank you for that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make that my channel trailer thing.
I love, honestly, like, I am so proud.
It's neat.
Not because I think it's good. Like,
It's pretty good.
I think it's
not-
pretty good.
I'm saying it's not quality editing, especially with... So, I used a animating software to edit it, and I couldn't figure out how to actually cut sections of the video. Like, you know, with most video editors, it's like you highlight a section, press delete, and it just removes that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what I had to do is I had to move the start and end of each clip to like where I wanted it. So I had to, for certain parts, I had to re-put in a clip like 4 times to get it to be what I wanted.
Let's see. Is that not wait, hold on. I'm so confused. Oh, I guess that is correct. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, I'm good.
So congrats, Dylan. I made you a channel trailer before I even have one for me.
Solid. I appreciate it. Okay. I need to say goodbye to Wes on my phone. By which I mean I'm just gonna close the stream.
By which you're just not gonna say goodbye.
I guess I probably will. Alright. So, back to the Chocobo stuff. So in general, we've talked about talking about goals and stuff, kind of, you know, discussing where we're at before we start the session. I don't know if we want to jump into that right away, or if we want to, or like, I suppose I could feel it out a little more than this. Have you guys thought about that? Or if you haven't thought about it until now, how have you
We've
guys
had
been
2
doing the
weeks,
last week?
Of course.
Right.
I've definitely thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where we're starting from. Are we starting from where we ended our conversation in text, or are we starting before that?
Like I kind of imagine that happened almost like the same day, right? So we
Yeah.
start like
Yeah.
after that and everything. I've got like a a cold open of sorts, that I will do before we do the recap. But I imagine we'll be starting after that. After
Because
that,
I think that a lot of Solace's stuff is really just going to be like preparing for what he's going to do next.
okay, all right.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then as a goal, so for the session, I would say Ludwig's goal is to get into a position to diplomatically help the city of Eden.
Okay.
If I had to sum it up in a sentence.
All right. Cool. Let's see. It's kind of cool. This lets me like take some notes ahead of time. It's not a bad thing.
I just accidentally bashed my second mic against
Oh.
the cabinet,
Oh my.
and
Oh no.
you probably heard that, and if so, if it was loud, I'm sorry.
I didn't. Actually.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
could
Well,
have
I
got
like-
away with it.
True.
I like reached over because I was like, huh, I wonder if this is off, and I like hit it against the shelf.
Thus answering your question.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Sonus and Solus, do you have any particular goals? And I don't blame you if you don't right now. There's like, I don't know. I probably left you guys on a bit of a... I probably have more idea of what's gonna happen in the next 5 minutes than you guys than usual.
Well, so like if we're starting from where we like literally left off in our text conversation,
Yeah.
like it's really just gonna be like the Solace knows where these other families live.
Right.
So like for me, like most of my stuff is already done, really.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. All right. In that case, I probably should have just done the chatting thing. I need a couple more, like one more minute. I'm not quite there personally. So hopefully that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. We need to do a little vamping or whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? Fill time. Stretch.
Yeah. What's what have you guys been like up to the last week? Last 2 weeks, I guess.
A good question.
Okay. I have been
Working hard at that video.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate your artistic endeavors. I like I was telling Nathan that I took a week off and basically spent the entire week like I thought I was gonna play games and rest and everything, and then I just like caught up on friendships that have been like furloughed from COVID, and like did a lot of like emotional processing. So that happened instead of any of the other things I had planned, which is totally cool and important. And also I played some Super Metroid Randomizer.
Dylan, have you? Well, anyone, but
Yes.
Dylan, I feel like this might apply to you a lot. Have you looked at the game Moonlighter?
Yeah, I have it. I've been meaning to, like, start it.
It's good.
My one of my managers at Best Buy, he streams and he like streamed it. It looks super cool.
Yeah.
And I like the art. And the game, apparently it's like a lot more complex and unique than like first glance would.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of stuff you have to figure out in it for sure.
Yeah, like apparently I'm probably going to say like some of this wrong, but when you go into dungeons, I don't know, he was saying something about like the item inventory,
Oh, yeah.
how like items have certain effects where it's like if you die or something, the item to the left of this is destroyed.
Okay.
It's when you get back to town, but yeah, that's
okay.
the general idea, right? Is you've got all the stuff that you want to bring back to sell, but exactly the problem is some of that will destroy other stuff, or will even better, like whatever is in the slot to my left becomes this more valuable thing. So you want to put like garbage in that slot so that it'll transform into whatever. Yeah, it's great.
Like that was cool to me.
Yeah, that's one of the next games I'm gonna try when I have like a little bit of time.
It's got a nice level of challenge too. Like it's not too crazy, but it's not like a pitifully easy game either.
Yeah.
It airs for me somewhere between like Super Meat Boy
Mm-hmm.
and like Enter the Gungeon a little bit, where it's
Oh.
like not as slip and slidey
Yeah.
as a Super Meat Boy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot more forgiving, I would say, than that. Just in terms of like obviously you have health points and stuff as opposed to just you touched
Dying.
a saw and blew up. But yeah, I can see the comparison for sure.
well, I just mean like the movement,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
like the movement in Enter the Gungeon is I think a lot more precise and
Yeah.
not as wet.
Agreed.
Is the way I would describe the movement, and I guess most people probably use loose or slidey.
Yeah.
I like it reminds me kind of Zelda a
Mhm.
bit, and its overall like look.
The aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I know one of my
Although it's terrible. The figuring out prices is, God, I've never figured it out.
Oh yeah.
You mean you just didn't whip out a spreadsheet and start writing it down and looking at people's reactions?
Yeah. I in a way, yeah, kinda. I looked back and forth at that little book that you get an awful lot of like, okay, what made them happy? This much? God, it was too cheap.
Yeah, my favorite thing is watching streamers figure out like good prices for things.
Yeah. It's very satisfying when you hit that sweet spot.
Do you sell stuff and do you have to like price your own things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're a shopkeeper.
Oh, that's interesting.
You're a
Yeah.
shopkeeper, and the game is I'm gonna go get some shit from a dungeon and sell it to people. That's it. That's the game. Speaking of games where you're a shopkeeper, there is a game where you play.
Are you
like,
about to
as
say
a-
it'd be really cool if the Resident Evil 4 shop guy had
He
some
probably
game
wasn't gonna say that, but
Because no, I think that's exactly what he was gonna say.
No, I was gonna say like there's like a game where you play as like an innkeep, and you post quests for adventurers, and you have to like make your pub popular. But I don't know what it's called, and I've been trying to figure out what this game has been called for like 3 years because I really
Yeah.
want to play it.
It's called The Resident Evil 4
So-
shopkeep needs his own game.
What are you buying?
We're gonna I was looking at my wish list, right? Because I went through and I just like added a bunch of these types of games to my wish list.
Yeah. All right.
And there's one called Dragon Cliff, but like it's not exactly what I'm looking for. And it hurts my feelings a little bit because like at one point I was like, man, that looks really dumb. Probably when I was like, this game's probably pretty old now that I think about it. It's probably like 7 or 6 years old, but now I really do just want to play as like a shopkeeper and be like, hey, like, I'm here to sell alcohol,
Uh-huh.
meat stew, and quests.
It does sound fun. I would be about it. I would try it.
Did we give you enough time, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm good. Maybe.
What are you working on?
You know, sometimes you have the choice between the thing you need right at the start of the session, and you have the choice, and the thing you need, like, after 30 minutes of the players doing whatever they're gonna do. And I worked on the second thing, instead of, like, writing this dialogue, so... That's okay, though. I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. So... So I guess I'm good if you guys are. And I think maybe I'll ask for the recap first, if anyone wants to give that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna volunteer this time.
Okay.
Moto, do you want to, or do you want me to?
Honestly, it's still a little bit of a touchy subject for me. I'd rather just start personally.
Okay. Yeah, instead of doing the recap?
I don't think you guys realize I've had 2 weeks to think about this, and I feel so guilty.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, I can go for it. Forgive me if this dialogue is a little
We'll
clunky.
just correct you.
but-
We'll just correct you. If you're
Correct. All right, sure. Sure. All right. We need to cut the chocobo music.
Jeez.
You know what, we'll keep it... Huh?
Unless Nathan would like to give the recap, in which case he can totally go for it. But really, that was just me opting out of it because I still feel super bad, even though we did, even
Yeah.
though like we managed to fix it later. Like in the moment, it was certainly inconsiderate, and I just wasn't really thinking with my brain.
I think it's all right. I'll give a quick recap. High level stuff. Sonus went to meet with the Darter rep, who is named Proclus Canio. Is that correct? Say it right?
I believe so. I don't have the list. I don't have the name right in front of me. That sounds correct.
Dude has a helmet with a ton of horns, like 60-point buck. And he chatted a bit with Sonus about kind of previous stuff with the dear departed. Wow, lost his name, Calvin. Right? Yep. Solus finds out that there was a secondary study from Adam in the tower that cannot be accessed at the moment. Ludwig met with Numeri Tetanus, which is not correct, but roughly there, the new prophet who talks to the spirits, and they chatted a little bit about the Black Flame and other potential ways to deal with the gods. And then Brass arrived at the River Keep, and we made a deal with him that basically if he is able to get Avarice Kane, he can have the throne in 3 days' time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No, it was if he can get if he can bring Avarice's cane in his head to Solace before
For 3 days.
before 2 days.
2 days. All
'Cause
right.
it had already been the day.
All right, and that's where we are.
Okay.
I think we were gonna send a runner out with a couple of things we talked about in the longer discussion, just to kind of clear things up.
Yeah. If that, if it seems like I have forgotten about that at any point and what the repercussions were, just remind me, and we'll.
Yeah, I think we were just kind of clarifying different steps we were taking that we were talking about in the chat,
Yeah.
and then going from there.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. Let's see. I forgot which song. We're gonna try a couple. I apologize. This will work. All right. So we're gonna start on. We see Brass kind of like. We'll jump right to it. Brass is like walking kind of through like a crowded alley, like kind of a side street in Eden. And people are, they're recognizing him, and they're like, there's some pointing, there's some whispers. He's in like his kind of his leather, like it's leather armor. He's got his axe with him, like shield in his left hand. And he's like kind of walking through this alley, pushing people out of the way, heading towards this building in the corner. The camera like stops for a minute, kind of watching his back, and like turns, and we see, being a little more subtle and a little more stealthy, there's someone in a hood with some like familiar locks of blonde hair, kind of like spilling from the very edge of the hood. And we can see that they're trailing Brass. Their eyes are locked on him. Camera jumps again to the inside of a building. Small, like, kind of quiet, like pub, kind of tavern. Kind of dimly lit. And suddenly the door just like slams open with a force. And we again see like Brass walking in. And he walks up to the bar, says something to the bartender, as everyone like stares again, like several of the people in the bar kind of recognizing him, pointing, telling their friends, their table mates who it is. And then kind of the barkeep nods, like grabs something from the bar, and like walks past Brass, who's like sitting down. And the barkeep goes around to the tables and he says, all right, we've got to close up. Need to do some cleaning in here. Get out of here. Come on, go make yourselves useful somewhere else. We've had enough. And starts like clearing out the bar. We'll jump back outside, looking again at this hooded figure. It's like kind of watching people spill from the bar, and then figure catches their attention in the corner of their eye. Kind of a cloaked figure with this wrapped up staff that I'm sure the player characters would find familiar. Like waits for this tavern to clear out and walks into the bar. And this hooded figure like hesitates for a moment. Kind of like we see their hand, camera drops down to their hip, we see their hand like kind of grab a dagger and then let it go. And then they turn and they leave this alleyway. And then, like, we jump to the inside. We again see Everest Kane walking in and sitting down next to Brass. Brass turns to him, he says, maybe we'll actually just leave it there. We see them start to talk. We see them start to talk. And like, we don't actually get their words. Maybe like we'll see the hooded figure from the window, like looking in, and don't hear their words, but we see them speaking to each other You see Aberrus Kane from below his hood. He's like pulled his hood back. He's got this like white hair that spills back from his hood. It's all pulled back, slicked back. And Brass says something, and Aberrus Kane like goes rigid. We see him like turn, his jaw kind of set, and not looking too happy. And that's when the hooded figure takes off. And that's where we'll stop this little cutscene. We'll stop it there. So, and then we'll jump to the party. Which I don't know. Where would you guys be like? I suppose you guys would probably just still be together from like the Brass discussion earlier in the day. Like you've
Well, no, because it would be after we had our impromptu council meeting.
Ah, yes. Okay, yeah. So okay, sure. So maybe we'll be at the council chamber? Perhaps?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
We want to kind of.
Sorry, I just wanted to remind you that we did have this.
No, I totally appreciate it. Yeah, that's great. Let's see. So I think we're just gonna jump to like the meeting ending. So like doors, soldiers like there's a knock from the inside. Soldiers pull the doors open. Council members start to walk out. There's some voices, some exasperated, some excited, just chattering amongst themselves, and then the party kind of like following the council out.
Well, that went about as well as I could hope. So, you're ready? Ready to take over, huh?
Looking at Solace.
Hold on. Well, I'm really confused because I don't think we didn't discuss if did we discuss if we were gonna declare Solace as the like?
Yeah, I think we
that
were
was
doing that, right?
That was the last thing you said in the last session, so that might have been updated. But you were like, all right, let's go take the throne.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right, because I said I didn't want to just give it to Brass without people knowing that we did it first, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan.
Well,
Yeah.
You might
we
want to
wait
change your
for-
scene.
I thought I did. Fuck. Oh wow, it's like broken. All right, thank you, Stream Deck. Okay. It's gone.
And
what
gone.
happened?
Your stream deck actually just deleted your scene.
What happened? All right, starting break, stream over, cam, slay,
Welcome to
4K,
Theater of the
4K.
Mind.
Fuck. All right, well, shit. Sorry, guys. I gotta make this scene from scratch, I guess? What the fuck? Okay. No.
okay. Well, while you're doing that, I actually have to go do something real quick.
Okay.
Oh, now. Oh, you're recreating it. I was like, oh, now I see it, but.
Oh, what did I just do? That's wrong. Okay.
Ooh, we're in an inn, perhaps.
No, not at all. Sorry, that was nothing. That was nothing. Yeah, wow, the source
Do
is
not
gone
look
too.
at the man
It's
behind
gone!
the curtain.
Sorry. Right monitor. Oh shit. Don't look at stream right now. This one?
Welcome to
No,
a sneak
this
peek
one.
behind the curtain. Oh, look at all those titles. Oh.
There we go. So that is the correct monitor. We're gonna see me again. I apologize, everyone.
Don't apologize. It's wonderful.
Oh, I'm hidden here anyway. All right, so we want the webcam. Copy. Right on. Wait, we don't want the webcam. What the I'm so... All right, just kidding. We want the alert box. This is what happens when you trust your technology
Dylan,
too much.
I made the decision, the bad decision at work today to.
Oh, yeah?
Just drop the money on a random 27-inch monitor.
Okay. Fair, I guess. Fair.
Well, so I was talking to my manager, and I've heard this before, but he was saying that if you have 2 monitors that have different refresh rates,
Mm-hmm.
it'll drop it down to the lowest one.
No. That's not correct. Yeah, definitely not.
Is your scene fixed?
Yeah, my scene's fixed. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so embarrassing. We're good though. We good. It's been a good day for being prepared.
Welcome to July, everybody. July 2020.
Yep.
You just mean welcome to 2020.
Yeah,
There is
do,
that.
actually.
We had oh, never mind. That's too spicy. We're just gonna we're just gonna stop. So just to yeah. All right. You guys were talking. I was told to change my scene. Was there a sentence that needed to be finished there?
I guess, do we want to recap what exactly we covered in the meeting, just at a high level?
Sure. I think that it was. Maybe I should just let Moto say. He probably has a better idea. But I think it was mostly about appointing Ludwig as like the council's ambassador, and basically just that. Like the council and the emperor's ambassador,
Right.
and getting approval.
Okay.
And basically, it was just a unanimous yes vote.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
take it.
all the opposition is gone.
That's true. They're
You-
either not there or dead, so...
There's that, and there's like, I'm just, Silas, we're gonna say you rolled well on your society check. It's pretty like common sense that they'd be trying to curry some favor with you over something that they see is like not a big deal.
Joke's on them.
Joke is you're true.
Big mistake.
But I mean, also Ludwig's like actually gonna try to do a good job. So who's the joke actually on?
Yeah, take that.
Yeah.
I just realized I need to open the game. I've just been watching the stream. And I've been like, oh, I'm like the game's up.
Connor.
I mean, I get it because I
Map
get
looks really familiar. Am I a gamer?
at any given time I have 4 or 5 views of Forge up at the same time because I have like stream and then like OBS and then actually the window and then the camera window. It's a lot. So I've definitely just clicked on the video before.
Moto,
just, like-
did we send a runner out to tell Brass that you were also taking the throne for a bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, but the deal is still on for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm sure he understands what it is about making a message.
Oh
So
my god.
Mhm.
I just realized you can change like what map you're viewing.
Yeah, isn't it fucking great that like players can jump around between the ones I like give them access to?
Yeah, I had no clue.
If you guys ever want to go look at what Arkstead looks like from the floating city, you can go back to the start screen. You know?
Everyone's going back right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, that's Arkstead in the background. Anyway.
Okay, so back into the game. Luke
Sorry.
asked me if I was ready to take over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone is truly ever ready for such a task. And if Brass does succeed, you understand how I feel about this. It's important that people know that he wasn't the one that took down Salamander, and
I get it, yeah. A little bit of, what's the word for it? PR for yourself as well.
it's not just.
I don't mean that as an insult, you understand? It is a good idea.
It's also PR for you.
Yes. Which I appreciate quite a bit.
And all my other friends as well.
That's true. We're going to be quite the talk about town.
So even though this may not even last a day in potentiality, it's important that it needs to be said.
And I think as you guys are talking, one of you, I'm gonna say Solus, you probably noticed this, the easiest, but you all eventually notice, like, across the way from, like, the council chamber doors, there's, like, the doors to go all the way outside, you know, the doors out to the steps, basically. They're, like, right across from each other. And you guys see, unhooded, you see Eve standing there, arms crossed, like, leaning on the wall on the inside of, like, the outer doors.
Hi, Eve. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, she, like, kind of nods and, like, pushes off the wall. Says, Solus, a word if you wouldn't mind.
Of course.
Yeah, she just kind of waits for you to walk over. She, like, turns her back to the rest of the group. Just kind of stands there. And, once you kind of walk up, she, like, turns, and in a hushed tone, she's like, followed Brass after your little meeting with him earlier. Went to a tavern, cleared it out. Wanna know who joined him?
Sorry, who's talking to us?
Eve?
Oh,
Who I have appropriated Eve a little bit for now.
Yeah, she's a little bit less English.
A little bit, not, I mean, sure.
Hopefully less stabby. That's all I'm
fine.
saying.
Yeah.
Nah,
She doesn't want to stab me, so that's great.
yes.
hey Eve, do you have a cold or something? Why you speaking like that?
I'm speaking just fine, thank you.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
She, like, looks around, like, points down the hall. It's like, go get a drink of water or whatever you do between mumblings.
That's her, all right.
God. Okay, so you were saying.
Yes. Brass. Alley, tavern, cleared it out. Would you like to know who joined him?
Please don't tell me it was Aberrus.
It
Or
was
actually.
How did you know?
It was a lucky guess.
Well, it was Aberrus came. Went inside, they spoke of something, and he looked none too happy about it.
Oh, well. I did tell Mr. Brass that if he brought me Aberrus's head and staff, he could have the chair.
You did what?
Anyways. Well, if he didn't look happy, then that must mean that he fully intends to murder him, and that's fine by me.
That does explain Aberrus's sour look.
Though I do have some things in the River Keep I would like you to look at. You do have a way of getting around doors with no locks.
I have a way of getting around doors with locks.
Well, let's go back to the keep and we can see if you can work some magic.
Yeah, she nods. It's like, gets a little quiet and looks, I don't know, contemplative.
All right, everybody, time for a field trip.
So, all right. So,
we
like,
just heading over to Riverkeep.
I guess I'm curious what the next plan is. Yeah.
Because like, out of character, like, Mitchell knows that she has the amulet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell, like, but Solace knows that, like, there are doors we have gone into that have no
Oh,
keyholes or
true.
locks,
Yes, true.
and she is always there. And my character has 18 int. Like Solace is not dumb.
Yeah.
Didn't we find out she has it? I could have sworn we did.
No,
but
that
maybe
was just
I'm
you.
making it up. I thought the rest
think
of
she,
us had found out later.
No, that was just you.
Yeah, it
And
might have just.
It might have been you and Sonus, but it was definitely not Solace.
Okay.
But I might be misremembering, because that might have been a time where we took like 2 weeks off because like, I don't remember. It might have just been like, because we were in Eden and I think we took 2 weeks off for some reason. I don't really remember why though. I don't remember if it was Grad and then Connor or Connor then Grad. No flame.
Oh, wow, trying to blame me?
It's not blaming. I'm just trying to remember. I'm not trying to like say like, oh, like it's your fault.
No, you're
I
trying to shame
understand.
me. I get it.
Yeah, you're right.
Get the
Be
bell.
Shame.
Yeah, so I think, like, she's sitting there, you know, thinking about this, about going to the Riverkeep and everything. She like turns to you and she's like, It's like, do you know where Aberrus is now? You don't want to go see how it goes?
I'd rather at least Solace stops what he's saying, like, kind of takes a short breath and let's leave it to fate. Did I cut off there? Or?
Nope, I heard it. Yeah. Sorry. I think Eve like shrugs. She's like, "That's what you want to do, but Aberrus has proven himself slippery, and so far we've only known Brass to fail." And then she like, I think she starts to like head towards the stairs, and she's like, "I'll come see you at the Riverkeep later. I have some things I have to do first."
All right, no getting killed.
Likewise.
Well, I'm not gonna hopefully do anything rash, so.
What's the bar that we usually go to again, or the pub? The nice one in town.
There's some shit. I think it's Cavil and Caveat.
Hey Eve, if you wanted to make sure to swing by the Caveat and Bayard tab, that'd be greatly appreciated so I can keep adding more on. Thank you.
She stops, and you like see the outline of her shoulders like moving as she sighs, and she nods.
Sonus is just like waving.
But if you're headed over that way, I have a, you know what, I can pay that. I'm famous now. Wait, do we get money for being famous? Is that how this works?
Not exactly.
Uh-oh, never mind, pay by tab. So where to, Emperor? What's the big plan for today?
Solace is like writing on a scroll, like walking towards the river keep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I said, there's some rooms here that I would really love to see if anybody could open.
Well, I
Well,
can't help with that, but yeah, that
Maybe
sounds
you.
interesting.
I mean, you will have more of a chance to look at these, I'm sure. After all, you've been recently installed into a somewhat permanent position here.
Yes, that's actually pretty good. I think that's going to help a lot with some of the stuff we need to do. Looking at it, I'm a little worried about getting the Harpies onto the council. Although they seem to be pretty agreeable. It's maybe a longer term project than they're used to. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that is certainly not what I had intended to do.
You know, it's alright. These things happen. Statecraft is a tricky business.
Would I have a question about like logistics of the government? Would Proclus replace Calvin's spot on the council?
Yes, like assuming he wants it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm just curious. So.
Okay. Yeah, no, good question.
Alright, yeah, then I think that's where we're at. I think Ludwig would be happy to go take a look at the River Keep as well. I don't think he's had too much of a chance to.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I need just a second.
Are you for real?
Oh!
For real?
Okay,
For real?
sorry.
Oh wow, look at you, big time streamer over here. I think you're required to play the channel trailer.
The one that has so much to do with the Pathfinder game.
Yeah, so much to do with it. No, I gotta. No, we're just gonna keep going. But
No, I
appreciate
think
that,
you
guys.
have to.
no, I'm not. No, I'm sorry. We have a game to play.
I think it's a requirement.
Oh my god.
Also, I just recently realized my streams are honestly about 60% ASMR on accident.
Yeah, you do usually talk pretty quietly.
It's a good channel name, by the way. 60% ASMR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Accidental ASMR.
Yeah, there you go. Accidental ASMR is good.
It's really funny because every time I see your stream, you're like this. This is a song I wrote.
I have never said that.
I mean, I don't like you. You have
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't think you actually.
I've been in 2 of your streams.
I don't think you
I have
actually.
lurked in 2 of your streams.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's wild how you always. Thanks for tuning in. And anyway, here's Wonderwall,
Yeah. Anyway,
and it's just
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall. Time and time again, it's crazy.
It's Wonderwall every single different genre that you can imagine.
Content, truly.
Country, I should make a Wonderwall Wednesdays,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it'll just be all the different ways you can play Wonderwall.
Love it.
It'll be like jazz, country, blues, rock and roll.
Keep
Hey,
going.
I'll-
Let's
I'll
hear
put-
some more.
I'll play it every single way besides the actual like genre that Wonderwall would be considered.
Anyway.
Yeah, what genre is
What
it?
genre is?
if we are good to
Yeah.
keep going.
Well,
yeah.
First you have to answer the question of what genre is Wonderwall. Is it its own genre at this point?
I mean, I think it's like, I actually don't know. I don't know.
Has it surpassed a
90s
genre,
indie
and
rock?
now it's-
Like,
is it
its
now
genre is
just-
Oasis, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Is
just
its
indie.
genre now the one song that every like person learns on guitar?
Yeah. All right. So you guys are.
I feel like Wonderwall could just be a genre. It's just like the basic songs that everyone.
Just go,
learns.
Dylan. Just go.
I'm trying. Wonderwall is very distracting.
Yeah,
I kind of
that's
want
true.
just a button that is Wonderwall. Like, I don't know,
It
like
just the
chops of Wonderwall, a whole folder of them on my stream deck. It would be great.
yeah.
Indie
Well,
pop.
you
Yeah,
should
that's
just
what
have
it is.
you should just have the 2-day in the really gross voice that it's saying in.
It's not even that gross. The today.
He's gotta be the.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have this. Like, I think of it. Maybe it's just when I think of Wonderwall, I want to like kind of
So
go into hiding.
y'all have left the council building. Yeah. You are starting to head back to the river keep. You are notably like walking by the kind of large main the main street, kind of between like the peaks and Clocktown, where like Abriskane evaded you guys before, and then like from kind of like the middle of like between that main street and the next one over, there's a raucous noise of like splintering wood and like stone against stone, like rubble, you know, basically wood against rubble. And I'm going to find another song, but you hear that kind of to like your southeast as you guys are headed back towards the river keep. I don't remember where this other song is.
Is it Wonderwall?
Yeah, you hear a raucous Wonderwall.
No.
Is this the right one? That'll do.
Literally.
That'll
the
do it for now.
nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, this is a classic goblin song.
Wonderwall.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's a
about, the impossibility of fighting fate, because after all,
Yes.
says Wunderwall.
I should have asked before I changed this song. Do you guys investigate this raucous noise? There's like shouts. There's you know, people start to kind of like spill away from that.
Eve.
Huh? What was that? Oh, Eve?
I thought she went the other way. I could send Blevin up to look. Blevin, go and take a look and see if we need to get into this.
Solace just shakes his head and starts walking towards it.
All right. Is that what the party is doing?
Yeah, I'll follow along.
Okay. No Blevin scouting first?
Blevin could be up there, but
Sure.
follow, like...
Yeah,
follow
like it's
along.
like regardless of sort of what like regardless of what's there, like Solace is still gonna go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, fair. Sure. So, like, you don't have, there's no, like, share senses thing with Blevin, right?
No, he's just up there. He did, however, see Aberrus, so at some level, if he sees him again, I'm kind of hoping that he goes
Yeah.
like, oh,
Right.
whoa.
So, let's see. That's the wrong one. Okay. Ludwig, I'm gonna put you somewhere on this map where you can't actually see anything.
Oh, yeah.
Although you've probably, I get it. It's gonna show you
In
the fog of war of
districts map,
everything,
I
but that's
can't
okay.
see anything,
I
so-
know.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll get you there.
Now I unfortunately have Wonderwall like stuck in my head.
Ah. Okay, this is gonna say Ludwig. It's actually gonna be Blevin, okay? Alright.
All right.
So I'm gonna move you over only. Wait, which one are you? You are the bright... Oh, no, what the...
The bright young lad with a big future ahead of him.
Yeah. How do I move just you to his scene? I don't actually know. Pull to scene. Got it. I've lost connection to the server. Shit.
It reestablished for me.
Okay, cool.
I think it's the transitioning portion of it. There
So
we
let's
go.
see. We're gonna pull you to the scene. You see this? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm also gonna pull camera to this scene for my convenience. So, Ludwig Blevin flies up
Yes.
here, and you see like, oh, this name is not popping for you, is it? But
It is not.
so you see like there's kind of a, yeah, there's like a building with just a hole in the wall and a bunch of like wall and rubble and support structure like now on the ground, and like brass is like on the ground out here. That's the green token you see.
Okay.
And you see, or Ludwig, or Jesus, Blevin sees
Blevin.
like, yeah, there's this hole in the wall, and you see Aberrus Kane walking over here, and like stepping outside this door, ignoring the hole in the wall, and like, kind of like holding out a hand as Brass starts to stand up. Well, it almost looks like he's helping him, helping Brass
He's
up, but
Picking
then.
him up.
It looks almost like that. And then like this, he kind of raises his hand and clenches it. And as he's doing that, the sand and dirt from like between the cobblestones like rises up, kind of raises Brass into the air a little bit, turns into the shape of a hand and just grabs Brass, who like drops his axe. So that's what Blevin sees. I don't know how he's going to communicate that to the rest of the party, but
So I don't think I did ever call Blevin off of him. So when it's his turn, he'll probably just go for his head.
I
He's
feel
not
like
a smart creature.
you could argue that that command has expired, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I would be okay with that. But if you want that to be the case, that's fine. In which case, I'm actually going to need to make you a Blevin token.
Yeah, I think it's what's gonna happen.
All right.
I think it's just gonna fling itself. Yeah.
So Ludwig, you see, Blevin's like flying above. You probably have your eye on him, and then suddenly he just like folds his wings in and just dive bombs, and you lose sight of him. So, what is Ludwig's response when that happens?
Hey, guys, he's caught the scent of something. Get in there. Blevin, don't leave it. Oh no.
You did not move me.
I didn't yet. I have a question. So, like, there's kind of a fork in the road, Ludwig, between like you and where Blevin went. Do you want?
Coming from the north.
Yeah. So, like, you can kind of go around to the west or the east, basically, or like, you can kind of go straight to Blevin. You can go around the west. You can go around the east. Those are your
Whichever way that.
the most
he
direct.
went. He just because
Okay, sure.
he doesn't know, so it could be like Blevin saw a kid that had like a hamburger that
Yeah.
he's just into or something.
Okay, so you guys are gonna take a minute to get here. Not a minute. You're gonna take like a round, I think, to charge after Blevin. We'll start off with this surprise attack from Blevin, and if you want to go ahead and roll that, I have no idea what that looks like, and then we'll roll some
That
initiative,
is-
I guess.
Oh, I would love to do that, and it has been long enough that I just. What is his strength modifier? Because
And-
it's not great.
When it like gets to your guys' turn, this isn't exactly where I thought you'd be entering the scene from, but when it gets to your guys' turn, it's gonna take you like one move action to get to wherever you are now on the map.
All right, so it uses my level as a modifier if it attempts a attack roll. All right, just had to double check that. So that is just roll a d20. Nope. D20 plus whatever level we are, which I believe is 6.
I wish there was an easy way to reset everyone's fog of war. And maybe it's all, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's all
Apologies
local.
for the delay. That is the attack. It's a 23.
Okay, give me one moment. Not quite.
I'm gonna. Oh, good. 'cause
so, like-
I need to figure out what his damage is.
Yeah, so Blevin, like, hits. We see again, we've seen this effect several times in the past. Blevin dive bombs down. Does he, like, bite? Does he headbutt? Does he tail whip? What is Blevin's, like, standard attack?
So Blevin's got claws. He's kind of like a whip-like flying creature at the moment. So
Oh, yeah.
he's just got not big claws, because usually Ludwig kind of boosts him to give him something good,
Yeah.
but just claws.
Okay.
So he's kind of trying to rake at Avarice's face.
Yeah, so Blevin flies down, and, like, goes to claw Avarice, and, we see the claws, like, strike and kind of slide against this, kind of, like, opaline bubble of energy, of, like, force between Avarice and Blevin. And Avarice kind of, like, looks over as this hand starts to squeeze brass. He's like... it just kind of, like, glares at Blevin. He's like... I recognize you, you strange creature. And then I guess we'll like roll some initiative. I have the combat tracker here. I'll hit. Where's the button? All right. Begin combat. It's all the way at the bottom. All right, combat round 1. So, if y'all want to roll your initiative in the combat tracker, yeah. Wait, why is it crossed out? I don't know why you got crossed out from that.
I'll say, yeah, I actually can't see a combat tracker.
Really?
Unless, maybe it's one of the sidebars? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in
yeah.
the sidebar, yep.
Oh, well, let's move to the next round. Okay, alright, cool. Cool. I keep taking damage every round. Does someone have a marker on them? You do. You have bleed damage on you. My bad. All right. There. Okay. So yeah, Sonus, it'll be your turn. Like I said, it takes about 1 movement to get to wherever you guys start on the map. You guys are technically off the map right now, and you're like catching up to Blevin.
Okay.
Who unfortunately, yeah.
As of right now, we don't know that anyone is.
You guys
Do we know?
basically all saw Blevin dive bomb. I don't know who knows what that means.
Yeah, and Ludwig just started chasing it, basically shouting,
Augustus, no! This is not a good thing you do.
Is his actual name Augustus?
no, it's a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory reference.
Oh.
Ah.
Should be.
Maybe we'll just go. I'm gonna
Sonus
try
will-
this and we'll see how it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Sonus will cast haste.
Yeah. Solid.
Cool. Is the text also like grayed out for everyone else?
In what?
Forge.
The text.
Like my text for haste is super grayed out.
Not for me or my camera.
It's normal. Yeah.
Maybe refresh when you have a chance.
Yeah, I'll do that quick.
Okay.
Oh, while you're doing that, Dylan, do you need to somehow give Ludwig also visibility? Because right now,
Oh.
Blevin, I can see Blevin, I can't see Ludwig.
What?
Which is
Why?
probably fine.
It's still.
Do you
like,
have
pretty-
Blevin clicked on?
I do.
Try hitting
No,
escape.
I don't.
Oh,
Ooh, let me hit escape though. No.
weird.
Let me reload it and see if that helps. Hey, there we go. That worked.
Okay,
I just
cool.
need to reload.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I guess Sonus would chase after Blevin. Which way did he go?
Like down and to the right. He ducked into. You guys are kind of coming around this building, right? So. Like you'll.
So through. Like, oh, whoops, that's a whoops.
Oop.
I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. Yeah, it's kind of like down this way somewhere.
Like over here.
Yeah.
Like to the right.
Yeah, you can run up and you'll see it fine. And I'll get rid of this.
And haste doesn't activate just yet, right? Like that'll be my next turn.
Well, you spent no, it'll activate now, right? So you spent 2 actions activating haste, so then you have an extra action you can use for like movement or attack.
Mm-hmm.
But it took 1 to get where you were anyway,
Okay,
so it'll
so
take
I
another.
pretty
to-
much just have just standard movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go right there.
Okay. All right, cool. Then it will be. I need to. There we go. Open that in a new window. That's sick. If you right-click the combat tracker, by the way, it'll pop it out, which is kind of nice. Then it'll be Ludwig's turn.
All right, Ludwig's just given chase, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So
Yeah.
he gets up to here, and,
And
he
rem-
just.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, remember, it takes 1 movement to get on the map, and then you get there.
Ah, perfect. So, yep, that's his second movement to get to there. And then he sees Blevin attacking Avarice. And, he'll say,
Blevin, get back here!
and Blevin will, actually, I guess,
Attack and then get back here!
Okay.
so, because he can take 2 actions, so he
Yep.
will first take another strike
All right.
at our good buddy,
Mm-hmm.
who I need to re-enter. I don't know what we want to call his attack. Well, it won't matter.
That is a critical fail.
Ooh.
I think he kind of like, I don't know. think he kind of like whiffs and like falls, kind of like hits the ground a little bit, and he'll have to take like a move action to kind of stand back up.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
he will basically just stand up there.
All right. He will not be able to return this.
Yep, that's all right.
Okay. And then Solus, go ahead.
Well, I'll be damned. Do you need help there, chap?
I think Brass is he just like looks over, he glares at you, and he tries to like grumble something, but he's not able to speak fully. He's getting the squeeze put on him a bit.
I guess I take out my... Actually, I cast shield.
Okay. All right. Fair. Okay. Let's see. All right. So it's gonna get to his turn, and all right. So he's got like staff in one hand, free hand in the other. Levin doesn't have attacks of opportunity, correct?
That is correct. He does.
Okay.
not.
All right. How do I like unselected token without hitting escape? Because I don't want to close all the windows. I have to hit it. Okay. Well, closed all the windows. So he'll like kind of hold his staff forward. Yeah. Let's see. So, holds the staff forward. And like again, Sona's kind of behind you. There's like a kind of rumbling, especially from the rubble that is outside of what used to be a probably very nice tavern. And this like kind of wall of sand starts to appear behind you. Let me condense it a little. Oh. Helpful, not helpful, Foundry. It's being a little weird as I'm trying to resize this. What is going on? Sorry. I don't know if anyone else sees it just kind of going wild.
Just this shadow thing.
I'm
appearing.
so confused. It's being so weird. Anyway, this is fine.
I don't see anything. So.
There we go. Do you see it now?
Oh, this ugly line?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This Microsoft Paint line? I love it.
It got a little stretched. It wasn't supposed to, but I'm just done with it right now. It's being so weird and I don't know why. So that appears. It erupts between you, Solus, and behind you, Sonus. Kind of like pushing up into the air. Let's see. Where is it? How do I? Oh my god. It's been too long.
When the
Draw
DM
walls.
forgets how to use this table.
I know. I just feel bad. Anyway.
Oh, don't worry. I am having that trouble today where it's like, wait, what do I have? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, look at all these potions I can make.
So yeah, wall erupts. And like you may in fact see, where are they? We'll deal with that in a sec. And then Sonus, so like holds his staff up, this wall starts to appear. And then he's going to hold his hand out to you and say some words.
Oh no, that's not very cash money.
It isn't. It isn't at all.
It is the opposite of cash money.
It's yeah. Let's
This is
see.
what credit card debt feels like.
True. Ooh.
Understandable.
Let's see. What was this? Go ahead and make a will save. Sonus.
Once again, not very cash money yet.
You're great at those. Come on, you can do it.
Oh,
yes.
I'm just fantastic at it.
19.
Yeah,
that's real. That's hot.
also, my text is still,
Yeah, it's
like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
The text do be broken.
It do be. Let's see. Where is? Oh, you fail.
Oh.
So you feel a crippling sense of despair as you fail this. You fail this save. You feel kind of like alone. You feel like
oh, yeah, Eve's not here, so I'm like,
yeah, right. No, that's it. There's like there's like you see the world, and it's just in like this like sea of darkness with like nothing around. You like don't see the sun. You just feel like this sense that the entirety of the world you are standing on has been like abandoned. Which mechanically means that you can't use reactions as you are distracted by this crippling sense of despair. You must attempt another save at the start of your turn. On a failure, you are slowed 1 for that turn, and sob uncontrollably. Yes. So, like, slowed 1, I believe, means that you lose 1 action.
I'll say it again. It's not very cash money.
Sonus, we will go back to your turn, so if you want to make another save, go ahead.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Sure.
When you
Need to reopen.
when you regain your actions at the start of your turn, then reduce the number of actions you regain by your slowed value.
I can't read
Yeah.
the number. Because
21.
Slowed has its effect at the start of your turn. You don't immediately lose actions if you become slowed during your turn.
Right. Where? There they are. There they are. Meanwhile, you guys, Ludwig and Solus, you hear some skittering from the behind area, kind of down this way. You don't see anything yet, but you hear movement, kind of from this way and this way.
You also hear some sobbing from someone.
Yeah.
True. There's
sorry,
suddenly
I
some
couldn't-
some wailing and crying from the immediate other side of the wall, Solus.
Yeah, I couldn't see the ping. Is that just kind of to the west
Oh.
of us?
Yeah, sorry.
He was just like drawing a line.
Yeah. So like down here, down here.
Got it. I see it.
Shuffling, skittering, an almost familiar sounding, scratching, walking noise.
Oh boy. How high is the wall behind us? The sand wall he made.
It's like same. It's like I'm gonna say 10 feet tall.
Okay.
So Sonus, how are you? Oh wait, let's see. What did you roll? 21. You are sobbing uncontrollably and very despairing. So you are slowed 1. So like, yeah, you guys do hear that just this like wailing from Sonus. So Sonus, you have 3 actions instead of your hasted 4.
Okay.
It's like even though there's just a very thin wall between you and Solus, you feel like any allies are like an infinity away. Like as the seconds pass by, just like the distance is increasing.
Okay. I think Sonus is just gonna go for swinging at Avarice Cane.
All right, you can do that.
Yeah, running up and Well, actually, nah. So,
Nah.
Sonus will stay back and just blast fireball.
What? But
Dude,
okay.
he is not in his right mind right now.
All right. I'm gonna say you probably can throw a fireball in such a way that it won't hit Blevin. You cannot throw a fireball in such a way that it won't hit Blevin or Brass.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll make sure it doesn't hit Blevin.
All right.
Like, you can definitely kill Blevin, just never tell Ludwig what happened.
Oh no!
Well, like the thing is like familiars are kind of meant to be.
Right. Yeah, he can get back a new Blevin. I
Sorta,
actually expected
like-
to be up to like 12 or 13 by this point.
Also,
Yeah.
I feel like
Like
that's
the only familiars you're not really supposed to lose are like the witch familiars.
Right.
right.
Yeah, so it's not really a big deal at all to off Blevin. Now, I don't know
Well-
if Sonus feels that way, but yeah.
well, no. So Sonus likes Blevin. Also, I want to say, using a 27-inch monitor vertically is intimidating.
Yeah, I bet.
I was like, huh, I wonder what this would look like. Anyway, that's not important. But it's like it's towering over me, and
Oh,
I
he has
don't
to-
like it.
I'm sorry. He has to make a reflex save. Yeah. That's what we're for
I'm
fireball.
now debating on maybe doing hydraulic push.
Yeah, sure. Take your pick.
Yeah, Sonus will just go and hydraulic push Avarice Cane like into the wall.
Do it up.
So
Yeah, nice.
attack. Yeesh.
That's
There
pretty
it
good.
is.
That is a hit. It is not a crit. I don't know if there's like. I'm not. I need to see if there's some collateral damage for like. Probably like 5 feet of falling if you get pushed back into a wall or something. I don't know. Anyway, so what is the regular damage for hit me with the damage for your hydraulic push.
That's so cool.
The
So many
dice?
threes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. All right, so he takes.
Wait, did that only roll 5d6?
I see 5d6. Yeah.
It should have rolled one more, I think.
Go ahead and roll one more if that's the case.
Because it said in my description it says 66. Oh wait. No, 5d6 is right. It's only 66 if it's critical.
Gotcha. Wait,
Yeah, my bad.
it's only. Okay, that's fine.
Because so it's the move is already heightened,
Yeah.
so it's +2, and then I think it's just one more dice if it's a critical.
That doesn't sound right, but it's not a crit, so we'll review if you get a crit.
Okay.
I think it should just be double if you get a crit. But anyway, let's see. You still have one action. Is there anything you would like to do?
That hit him, right?
Yeah, that hit him. I guess yeah. He like kind of gets pushed back 5 feet. Kind of like. I should have put another tile on down to the right here, probably. I might work on that in a minute. But yeah, so he gets pushed back a little bit. There is more alley behind him. And I'll put that down in a moment. So yeah.
Okay.
So again, I.
Yeah. So Sonus will like hydraulic push him into the wall, and then he's gonna whip his sword at him.
Hell
Using
yeah.
Hand of the Apprentice.
Does Hand of the Apprentice take 2 actions?
1.
Really?
The one
Yeah.
from his thing is one action.
Fuck! I made that strong. All right, go for it. God.
But he only gets it once, so can't be
True.
that unfair.
It's an attack, right?
Yeah. Oh,
That's not.
that's gonna be a miss.
Can I reroll?
Yeah, you can hear a point. You've got one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because this is way too cool to not.
Yeah.
do.
Agreed.
Yeah. If it does hit.
Are you kidding?
Oh my goodness. Meant to be.
Yep.
I'm mad.
So you hydraulic push with one hand, the other reaches for your sword, and you just
Dude, even the guy who made it is saying it's rigged.
you whip your sword at Aberrus, you miss slightly, and the door that was hanging open here, you just take it off its hinges, and it just goes crashing through the other wall, and then your sword returns to you.
Can we? I was gonna say, can we just for story purposes say like Sonus tries to whip it twice, and just like
I think you
misses-
what probably happened is that you whipped it too far to the left, and then you with your control over the wind, you tried to curveball it, right? And you overcompensated, and it, went through the wall.
yeah.
Curved too far back. I think that's your last action, so it'll be Ludwig's turn.
All right.
Let me pull these back over.
So both Ludwig and Solace are hearing these shuffling sounds, right?
Yeah, you hear, heavy footfalls. It would sound like boots if it wasn't so scratchy. There's not it doesn't take a huge guess to determine.
Solace, go and help Sonas. I'll take care of these folks. He needs your magic things more than I do right now.
And he is going to do some good old quick combined alchemy and combine a Juggernaut mutagen and a Bestial mutagen.
All right.
Which is going to take up, I believe, 3 of the slots. And so he gets both big, ripped, and very tooth and claw-y.
Solid.
Can he see anyone coming down here? Can he see anybody down the street?
Let's see. Yeah, we can say, let's see. Yes, I can move these into a slightly more visible location. So you see this, and you see this. Those are all sand golems.
Okay. Yeah, then he will just run up to this one.
Okay.
Just kind of thud, 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 thud
Yep.
next to it. And that is all of the actions, I believe, because it's 1 to make, 1 to take, and 1 to run.
All right.
And Blevins just not doing anything of effect this round.
Okay. I'm not going to. You guys obviously. Sonus, you see the rest of the map to the right. I'm not going to wall it up, lighting wise. We're just going to let it be. But there's more alley behind him, like I said. So he's got space to retreat if he wants. And you've got space to move.
You're saying I have space to retreat?
I'm saying you can run away if you're a coward. No, what I'm saying is there's just you see that there's more stuff over here, right?
I see the little square that I'm in.
What? You see the square that you're in?
No, so I see
Oh,
I
actually, you know
see
what?
Blevin,
Do you
Aberrus.
see this? Wait, how do I?
Dylan, I do not. So
Hold
I'm
on.
looking at your.
Let me just do
screen.
this. Yeah. Hold on.
I do not see
Hold
that.
on.
Oh, I was just saying.
How about now?
I now see.
You might have to refresh.
Let me try. Yeah.
Okay. You can also take your turn. Wait, no. It's still Ludwig's turn. So you took your.
No, I'm done.
You're done. All right. You took your
yeah,
thing and moved.
Solace.
All right. My bad. So let's go ahead.
Okay. Dylan, I'll just send you.
Do- Can I target a burst in an area I cannot see?
I don't actually know. I don't think so. I think you need line of sight to where you're aiming the spell.
That makes sense. So I'm gonna take out. How tall is this building?
They're both about like a little over 10 feet, like 10, 15 feet. I know that 10 to 15 probably makes a big difference. We'll call it 10 for movement purposes.
Man. It's like the same exact height as the wall.
Yes.
Problematic.
Avarice Kane likes things to be flush, you know?
Well, I
Precise. You gotta appreciate that. Yeah. A lot of people would be it'd be 6 inches under and over, and it would just the aesthetics would not.
I would
be
just
there.
make
Absolutely.
it obnoxiously tall.
He's a big interior design guy.
Yeah.
I
Like,
believe
I just
most
don't
wall
know-
spells are like 10 feet tall, unless you've
Oh, I thought
you've
there
amped
was
them up.
definitely a way to make it taller. But
You can do
maybe-
like it's 10 feet wide and then like very tall, but he needed the width.
Okay, what's the likelihood that I'll be able to high jump this?
High jump it? I don't know how good your acrobatics are. That sounds hard, but
My acrobatics pretty okay.
okay. I just don't know. Let me bring up Aeon.
I'm trying to find another way to deal with this, but my brain is just like, hey, jump it. Also, because like if these buildings are the same height,
Oh wait. Oh sorry. It's acrobat or it's athletics to jump, not acro. Climb. You could climb
okay,
it.
actually. Can I
Yeah.
climb a wall?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what this wall is made out of, so I just assumed that I could not.
Let's see. So a high
So
jump
then
is
I
a. Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
You'd probably only have to jump a height of like 5 feet to get your arms up to like the top of the 10 feet, right?
Well, I'm also really tall. I wouldn't actually have to jump that high.
Yeah. Also,
Really thought about it.
right. Climbing is definitely going to be easier than high jumping.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm gonna. Is the wall like solid enough to like stand on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's very dense.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna try and scale the wall.
Don't stand on the edges, I guess. But yeah. Go for it. Yike.
I'm re-rolling that.
Sounds good.
So that's a 20.
Yeah, you're fine. You can climb up, no problem. One action, and
It's like another action to pull myself up, right?
I don't think so. It's not that tall. Yeah, I think you can like climb up and pull yourself up in one.
Okay. And then. My trusty dusty spellbook. Can you move me?
Yes, I'm sorry. How was that? And can you see the other map that I added to the right?
I could see you when you were putting it down.
Okay.
Like I saw you put it down, I was like, oh, DMB constructing the city.
Yeah, tile by tile. It's definitely not the tile that was on the left side. Turned a little.
Cray. I cast the Calm Emotion spell.
Ooh. Okay.
My ping thing broke, but
Okay.
it's centered on this square between like that they share.
Sure, yeah.
Dope.
And they have to make will saves, I imagine.
Correct. It is a DC 22.
All right. Oop. My Aberrus Cane token is. All right. He He just biffed it. What does it do?
So, as on a failure, any emotions that would affect the creature are suppressed, and they cannot do hostile actions.
Okay.
If the target is subject to hostility, also it is also on brass.
Yeah. I think his will is kind of bad. I say, and then I roll an 11, but I think he fails too. But Aberrus crit failed. He rolled a 1.
Oh, on a critical fail, we can still be hostile to him.
Shit. Shit. All right. Sorry. Can you run by me? I can read it actually. So critical failure.
Yeah. So on a failure, they cannot be aggressive. Anything,
Yeah.
any kind of like mind control, anything affecting any like spell with the emotion tag is suppressed.
Okay.
And then
Damn.
if they are subject to hostility, they are no longer suppressed. On a
But-
critical failure, they're all of that, but we can hit them.
Oh my god. Okay, that's a little Well, thank you, dice. Sure.
Guys, tell a story.
They
This is the 10.
calm
This
emotion.
is the power of fate.
Any emotion effects that would
Is sand an emotional sort of thing?
Well, I think the constructs already have their orders. Jesus. You try to set up a boss fight for your party. After sessions of not fighting things. And then your boss gets just real chill. Alright. Guess that's your turn.
So
Soothing
that's
them.
one action, 2 actions. That's 3 actions.
Yeah. Soothing them into a non-violent state.
So it doesn't like. My assumption is that like. So I do tell Sonus that like I have this under control,
Yeah.
though I don't necessarily know how he's gonna react.
Would he like? All right, this music is suddenly no longer appropriate. Does it make sense for him to like walk away if he's been calmed? I get. This is really weird.
This is a like from what I understand, this is like a very weird. Like it is non-violent, right? So like it's more about like that they don't perceive the danger of the situation. is
Yeah.
how I would imagine it. So like if he doesn't perceive anything as dangerous, then there's nothing for him to run away from,
Yeah.
right?
Oh god, this is weird. Okay. Yeah. So I do think that he doesn't run. So like let me just go back to this song.
So
So
you guys
very
are chilling
suddenly-
at the tea party, and the golems are just beating the shit out of Ludwig in the
I-
alleyway.
I think they kind of stop actually. I think like you get up to this one, you're about to like fight it. It like brings back its arm and it like turns into the or it, it does the thing where it like pulls out the glass blade, right? And then like it kind of like stops. It like freezes there. Just like holding the blade, kind of like readied but not even readied. It like drops it kind of to its side. And then there's just this faceless golem with like the outline of eyes, kind of like looking at you. But yeah, I think Aberrus like so weird. He like chills out. He calms down. He like he's holding his staff out to like cast a spell, and then he kind of stops, and he's. We might return to combat in just a moment, on someone else's turn, but he like takes a breath, straightens himself, and he's like. I don't know. He straightens himself. I think he turns and he starts walking away. He like thinks
Hold on,
combat is
hold on.
done.
Are we out of initiative now?
We are not. We are not out of initiative.
Oh, but it's his turn in the tracker, right?
It is his turn in the tracker. So he like straightens up. He turns around, and well, I think he looks at Brass, and he's like, who I guess is like, you know, this grip was like squeezing him, right? It kind of like relaxes. Still just holding Brass, but not like crushing him anymore. So Aberys looks at Brass and says like, child, you cannot bring about my worlds on your own. I will not leave it to you. And he like starts to turn and walk away. It gets probably, I don't know, about there. And then it's gonna be Sonus's turn. And we'll see what happens. Like, he just thinks combat is over, but he doesn't want to stay and talk to you guys, so he's leaving.
That's rude.
Aberys does?
Yeah.
Huh.
Can you pin him?
I need to know how this spell works. Are you still slowed?
He's just crying up a storm.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I think if the spell sustained, he doesn't take an action to sustain the spell, it doesn't affect him anymore.
I don't think it's a sustain. It's not a sustain thing. Failure for 1 round. Can't use reactions and must attempt another save at the start of its turn. I think you have to make another save. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you have to make another save.
Okay. Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare you add an entire another city block?
I know.
Oh my goodness.
So Sonus, you're still.
Scream.
Yeah.
Admittedly, you are hasted, so this
You are-
doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, you still have your 3. You still have 3 actions. You just lose 1 action. One of your actions can only be used to move or attack, but I don't think that's a big problem. So yeah, you have 3 actions with which to do whatever you want as you
Okay.
cry in despair.
How far? What's the range on this thing? How far is the boy from me?
45 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so Sonus is just gonna toss up a wind barrier right here.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, go for it. I can here. Does it block sight? I have a wind barrier, it's fine. Doesn't matter. I got you.
I think it does. Oh, it does
It
not
hamper
hamper
sight.
sight.
It says it, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, I'm blind.
So there's the wall.
No, it's okay. I'm a slow reader too, so like I was just like, wait. I was reading all the other effects. I was like, none of this shit says anything about vision.
Yeah. I also don't think it necessarily hampers people too heavily. We
It's
discovered.
difficult terrain.
Yeah, difficult terrain,
So-
but so like he can push through it, but it's obvious that you seem to be trying to impede him, so he stops and he turns around and glares at you. That's 2 of your actions. Your 3rd can be used to move or attack.
Yeah, I could just go and swing at Brass, but that might not be the
Right.
Wait, who? Wait.
Brass. Just go for stinging at him.
Uh-huh.
Take him out.
So when is this at the end of your turn?
Intriguing.
What's this dude? Yeah, I think I'll call it there.
Okay. Then Ludwig, you can go ahead. Like I said, these golems are like chilling out. They probably are even like turning and walking away. slowly, kind of like walking back into the alleys.
Have they actually moved at this point, or are they just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
chilling?
They've moved. I don't want to build more city block.
Yeah. Okay,
But-
no, that's fine.
Yeah, look, did you guys like do something?
You hear that from over the wall?
Yes.
Because they stop. All right, I'm coming. I'm coming over. Just a second.
And he'll get up to the wall and then try and climb it. Is
Yeah.
Solid still up there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You see him standing at the top.
Yeah, he'll just climb the wall.
Yeah. Go ahead and just make me a athletics check just for the sake of it.
Item bonus to athletics because I'm a beast. All right.
Yeah.
So athletics, speed. I'm already pretty. Oh, that's not right. It's on character. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is also bad. Add a 2 to this.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, you hop up. Just fine.
Otherwise, he wouldn't need to do acrobatics to get up there because he's somehow better.
So yeah, you move over there, you hop up, you see Avarice Kane has walked away. His staff is like on his back. And he's just like walked over here. There's a wind wall in front of him, and he's turned around and he's like looking at the party.
All right. Well, this is going great. Oh god.
So Brass is free of his stuff, right?
He's still being held, he's bound, but he's not being like his lungs aren't being crushed anymore.
All right, he'll walk over there,
Let me help you, bud.
and that's it. That's all he can
Yeah.
do because it's move, climb, move.
Yep. Then it'll be Solus's turn.
I pull out my instrument
Okay.
and I want to make a hold on. You can use performance to diplomacy to make an impression. Okay, so I would like to talk to. I would like to. Basically, I just want to make it so that Avarice Kane will come with me.
Okay. We can do that. That will be a high check, I will say. But I'm also just I'm gonna go ahead. This is foolish. I should probably wait until after the scene is over.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you a hero point for this, like, for that spell and the way this has worked out. Because I need to be better about giving them anyway, so.
Solus, can you get his staff? Too? Like, can we just take it?
So I am going to tell Avarice Kane that he must come with me because there are people who are after him and wish to endanger his life.
Okay.
Just kidding. No. I'm not gonna do that. I just like.
Alright.
I'm trying to think.
Uh-huh.
Come with me if you want to live.
Because we've already tried. Like, he knows us, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
But
he
he's,
has in
like-
fact tried to murder you.
He's in fact tried to murder us multiple times,
Yeah.
but right now he's like non-violent.
Yes. You do also hear the sound of, like, we're still in combat speed, so it's coming slowly. But you hear, like, the heavy boots of guards, like, shouting, coming down the alleys.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Okay. There is that. So he needs another wisdom save. Or will save, rather.
Yeah.
His saves are actually pretty good, so... yeah, he passed it by 1.
Okay, well, unless he does something to like identify that it was a charm spell, he doesn't realize it was a charm spell.
Okay.
Because really, it just looks like I'm playing my instrument.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of like looking suspiciously at you.
So that's 2 actions. Actually, no, that's 3 because it's 1 to pull up the instrument and then 1 to move and 1 to interact. Okay. So can we enter? So like, what I'm trying to figure out is like,
Yeah.
can we enter a dialogue here?
He's yeah. I mean, he's looking at you. You can talk to him. I think we can also like kind of exit combat speed. How long does
It's a minute.
It's a minute.
So
Okay.
it's only been like.
Yeah, it's been
We're-
6 seconds really. Oh, and you need okay. Yeah. So I guess like. Okay. Guards will get here in.
I'm really worried. Like, okay, so basically, my actual turn in the combat tracker is done.
Okay.
I guess.
Let's see. All right. Yeah. Let's like. So the guards are gonna get here before the spell ends, okay? So we can go kind of like out of combat speed. What in general do you guys want to do?
Well, it's his turn next, right?
Yes.
Well, if the guards are
He's-
gonna grab him, I mean, I'd like,
Like-
to get that staff away from him. And
Well,
then
the
get
thing is
Brass
like
free.
he's going to be like running away, right? Like. Oh, you know what? You know what's actually really funny is like I have on that mask.
Oh. Oh yeah.
I have on the persona mask.
Mm-hmm. This is such a weird thing. Sorry.
No, I know. I'm like, because like really, I would love to get both of these 2 fuckers in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm trying to create a situation where this is a thing, and I think that begins with getting Aberus Kane to trust me in some manner.
Okay. He's not hostile to you, but I think getting him to trust you is gonna be tough.
I can use performance for diplomacy though. So.
True. Let me see. I guess I have to know actually how much he can move, so it'll be like 10. Elves can move 30, right? So he'll just be off the map. I'm so annoying. Okay, so yeah, like you guys can keep up with him. He's gonna be like walking away. I guess he's not running exactly. He'll be moving like half speed. So yeah, you guys can keep up with him just fine. You have a few rounds to do whatever you want. Then the guards are gonna catch up. I'm gonna say on like round 5. Okay. Or
Okay. That's
5
fine.
rounds from now, which will actually be round 10 in the tracker. So like, we're not actually moving by tokens on the map anymore. So we can ignore that. In general, I guess we can call it like relative distance, right? So like anyone who wants to catch up to him can, but also you'll be kind of leaving Brass behind as you like walk after him.
Ludwig would stay behind to help Brass out. He'll probably just like get an acid vial and start eating through the sand,
Sure.
at, like the fingertips if he can. But then he will be like,
Guys, go get the staff from him.
Okay.
Just detain him.
Yeah, Sonus, what do you do on your turn? Ludwig, like that'll happen kind of after. Yeah. Sonus, what do you do first? You popped up the wind wall.
Yeah.
I guess we need. You want to make another will save to see if you can stop crying?
Sure.
That'd be nice.
I believe in you.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to stop rolling
Hey,
9.
there you go.
Yeah, there
Like,
you go. You succeed. You are no
Roll
longer
is based
crying.
off your charisma, so
I really wish I could see what I roll.
I know. I'm
because-
sorry. It's broken. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not trying to trash on you. Like I keep going to look, and it's like,
Yeah.
uh,
Well, you can see it in the chat anyway.
um, so I stopped crying, right?
Yes, correct. You have all of your actions. All 4 of your actions.
Oh, you love to see it.
You do.
I think right now,
I need a different song. It's being too loud.
Sonus will cast Fleet Step.
Okay.
Not like I don't really know what to do right now.
Sure. Well, all right. You've had one
Well, I
person tell you to
think
get the
that-
staff, and one person tell you to like tackle him, basically to grab him.
yeah.
Oh,
So, if you want to, you can do whatever
Yeah.
you want. If you are at a loss, then you have those 2 suggestions.
so grab the staff and tackle him.
If you can do both,
That'd be great.
yeah.
Well, I think Stalos' first thing was like he was just like, if you can detain him, then like getting the staff is not that difficult.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, Sonus is gonna just body charge him.
Okay.
Pretend
Like-
he's a door. Visualize a door.
Mhm.
Yeah, so can Sonus try and go for like the football, like
Yeah.
take out the legs dive
Sure. That's fine.
with 60 feet of movement behind him?
God, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, so you run up and then go ahead and give me just, I think it's like an attack roll to do things like that, right? To like detain someone. Grapple.
What the?
Grapple action, you attempt to grab an opponent with your free hand, attempt an athletics check. So, no, I guess it's, yeah, you'll run up, you'll attempt
So
an
it's
athletics check.
check.
Yes, correct.
Even better.
Yep.
Hey, there it is.
Hopefully.
We're in your wheelhouse now.
Okay, that is a 28 versus his fort DC, which is, it's a success for sure. Actually, it's only slightly a success. So yeah, you run up and you grab him. Let's see. You attempt to grab an opponent with a free hand. Attempt an athletics check. Your opponent is restrained
I imagine it's like
until the end of your next turn, unless you move or your opponent escapes. So like, yeah, you run up and you grab him.
Yeah, so Sonus has his legs in like this like lock.
Yeah.
Also I imagine it's like the meme of Jason Momoa or whatever sneaking up on the guy who played Superman.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
But yeah, I think Sonus would then be shouting like, "Hey guys, can someone come grab the staff? I'm a little busy here." Or can Sonus try and grab the staff with like one of like can he be strong arming this old dude's legs and then like use his other hand to like grab and whip the staff behind him?
Let's see. So it was 2 actions to get up to him, 1 action to grapple. I think, yeah, you can like use another action to disarm.
Okay, what would that be?
I'm pretty sure it's an athletics again. Let me check.
Would I get any bonuses for having him already like locked down?
I will.
It's fine if not, I'm just curious.
I don't think so, but
Okay.
let's see.
Yeah, even if you don't have a free hand.
Wait.
I guess disarm is like a weapon trait, right? So
There's also the action, and right. So like if you have a weapon with disarm, then you don't need a
my
free
mind,
hand.
for your mind, against
But yeah, go ahead and roll
Another
athletics.
athletics.
This one's against reflex, which is the same. You don't succeed, so you like grab the staff and you like try to yank it from him. All right, so you've run up, you like charge, you run up, you like dive and grab his legs and trip him, basically, right? And then you like reach to grab the staff and yank it away, and he just like yanks it back out of your hands. He's like, "What are you doing, you fool?" Like tries to like pull his legs away from you. And then yeah, Ludwig, you will start to use acid to like let Brass out.
Yeah.
And then Solus, it'll be your turn here.
I guess I'm gonna go to Aberus. So I guess I catch up to Aberus.
Yep.
And then I want to so it's versus his reflex DC.
Yes. Which is 17. Wait, no.
I was like, it shouldn't be 17 because then Sonus would have won.
27.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
This guy's strong.
He's
Well, what are your
extra.
reflex DCs?
I
Not
mean,
close to that.
11 plus 11, so I don't know.
Yeah, my reflex DC is 21.
Yeah,
Oh dear. Yeah.
that makes sense to me. He's got some high dex.
I mean, my dex is also high.
Yeah. He's got high dex and high
guess
level.
Yeah, I guess.
I think he's of a level where he gets the next bump in expertise.
Well, that would be next level, but
That-
next
then-
level is not like double my dex. It's okay. It's
I don't
fine.
think the solo boss is you guys plus
no,
one
no,
level.
no. I know. I'm
Anyway.
not like the thing is I'm thinking I'm trying to figure out like a plan here and also
Mhm.
have a dialogue with the dungeon master.
Oh, sorry.
So he's on the floor, right?
Yes, he is on the floor. Since he's on the floor, I can go ahead and say he's got like a -2 to his reflex DC.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna come and step on his wrist. Do you want me to roll on that or
Yeah, you're still effectively trying to just disarm him, right? So
correct?
yeah, go for it.
All these are like the plus 11, so I guess it doesn't actually matter.
Cam says, "Step on his throat, you coward."
We do things lawfully here.
Yeah. Well, actually, you are the law at this point. If you do it, it must be right.
Sorry, I'm having some real analysis paralysis going on, and
I mean, I get it. I've had that this entire session. This entire session has been really weird for me.
well, the thing is like I don't think you understand. Like I did not expect for a situation like this to occur where I have both Aberus.
It's not.
No, I know. But also, I don't think you realize I didn't think this was gonna happen.
We're all existentially crumbling right now. Like,
Oh, Ludwig's loving it. This is great.
this did work out. This is literally Ludwig's like dream scenario for any boss situation. Like,
Yeah. Wait, we could just literally talk it out. But okay.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna use like my fist is like only +3, which doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Beat
Wait.
him to death in an
What are?
enemy.
Wait. what are you trying to do?
I just want to like step on his wrist so that he'll like let go
Yeah.
of the thing, right? So can I just roll?
Roll your. It's still gonna be like if you're trying to disarm him, it's still just gonna be athletics.
Oh, okay.
Versus
I didn't know
his
if
reflex.
that was gonna be a thing or. Sorry, I've been anxious about this episode, and then
Oh, you got him. Oh wait. Oh, it's only
that
plus 10.
matches.
Yeah. That means you win.
Oh, pog.
Cool. So yeah, you like step on his wrist, maybe, kick his staff away or something. Yeah.
I pick it up.
Sure. Oh yeah, you pick it up. That's fine.
And I tell him you are under arrest.
Yeah, I think. He like glares up at you. He's like, yeah, I think he'll glare up at you and he'll say like, go ahead then, new emperor, test yourselves against me. See how well they hold. And he seems non-concerned. Zero concern.
That is fine. If he
Dude's
does
a
not seem
badass.
concerned. Where's Eve? I need her to come kill him.
Oh, this is great. Brass, how
I
are you
was gonna
doing?
ask, can someone just go in for like the execution?
Let's see. If you want to like, well, I don't know.
Or can someone just like try and like break this guy's legs? He's already in like.
Is it I don't think it's a hostile action to try to escape a grip, right? So he's gonna try to do that. God, I didn't think I was gonna have to know his acrobatics, you know.
Well,
Let's see.
it's probably at least a +5.
It probably is. I'm just gonna call it a 10. Because even his garbage, like his most garbage thing is like a 10 right now on all the other things. So I'm just gonna call it a 10. I don't think that beats your I don't think that, yeah. I don't think that wins. Okay. So he tries to get out. You're still holding him.
Yeah, can Sonus then, like, so Sonus has him like both arms wrapped around his legs like tight. Can Sonus pretty much like suplex him behind him?
You're on the ground.
Yeah. So Sonus would like.
One thing before, I guess, like the round ends. So if you want Eve to be afoot, she would have been in range to like hear the sound. She would have known that it was about from the tavern she was just at, right? So I can make like a luck check to see if she'll be here. If you want that convenience.
I love convenience.
All right. I guess.
So are we actually killing this guy
Oh.
instead of, putting him in prison?
No, Eve is killing him.
Why are we killing him?
No, so what I want to go for is just like making it so he can't.
Okay,
move.
no, okay, we won't kill him. Fine, we won't kill him.
I more so just want to suplex somebody or like.
Okay. Well, he's disabled basically. He's
We're
not
gonna
getting out.
As a power move, you're gonna show him who you are.
Like the guards are.
Remind him who you are. I'm the Midwest Paddle.
Crush his legs.
Suplexes him.
All right.
That'll teach him. I'm not sure what, but that'll teach him.
All right. So. Eve does happen to be around, so as you see Eve like kind of peering from an alley nearby, but let's see. then yeah, it'll go up to Sonus' turn. Sonus, this guy's detained. You hear guards coming from. Well, I guess you still have a lot of rounds. Jeez, that took forever. What the heck?
Sorry. No, it was my fault. That was all my fault. I just was like
It's okay.
overthinking the situation and trying to find a way to get everything that I wanted, and that wasn't possible. So I was just like, okay.
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 So you have the staff. You have Avarice Cane on the ground. You can just wait until the guards arrive at this point if you want.
So
If there's other stuff you want to do, also
so
fun.
in my head,
Uh-huh.
the agreement was he brings us Aber's Kane's head.
Yes.
Right. So if
And
he's
he-
in prison, he can't do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's still some chance he could. Whereas if we just, take him out.
I mean, if you
Is
argue
that
that
a-
way, he could still just get the head from us.
Right.
And then be like, I got it. It's like, well, you didn't kill him. You didn't say I had to kill him. In fact, a head is probably easier to do.
So
Uh-huh.
I think Sonus is just
Well, also, I think you guys are really forgetting that like Solace loves head collecting.
No.
Sonus is like honestly more worried of like what this guy could do. So he pretty much just wants to make it so he's not a threat at any point. So he's just gonna try and like break his knees.
Oh my god.
Well, the thing is that's not going to stop him from being a threat
Well, like,
because he's a wizard or a
no.
sorcerer.
All
and
right.
he needs hands.
let's talk out of character about what the party wants to do with him. All right.
No, the thing is like we agree that like we want to get rid of him. Two of us agree that maybe we should do it not by killing him, but the other one isn't disagreeing. He just wants to hurt something. And that's totally valid. Like, that's totally fine.
I
Because I
will.
totally understand. I want to get rid of this person permanently too. But like,
He is.
I think Sonus is more like annoyed by the threat that Avarice just made. And his
Mhm.
thinking is like, oh, you just made that threat? Like, okay.
Uh-huh. All right. If we want to... Should we take a break here?
Sure.
Since we're bad at breaks?
Yeah, I definitely would not mind one right now.
All right. Let's, yeah. So, Sonus and Avarice are cuddling on the ground. Solus has the staff. We're gonna chill for a minute. We'll be back in a second. I will be back with a bagel. So,
That sounds good.
yeah.